So for me, this is really what I put in, why it's essential. You could go back to caveman days and it was like, well, this is a predator. That predator is going to attack us and kill us, So this is a different kind of essential, but it's also about, we're looking for jobs and we're looking for careers because we also need to make the house payments and get food on the table and all those myriad of other things that support us. So I would say these facts that you see ahead of you on the screen or in front of you are really kind of undisputed in the workplace, right? So why is it networking is so important? And this is those times where I kind of didn't network or I got away from my network. I came back to this because I'm like, man, 40 plus for years, we ran a career transition / job search training skills class. And this statistic was always at the forefront. It's like, you know what? It doesn't matter if you're looking for a job, wanting to advance your career, or start a new job. Hey, 80% of the time, the applicants will have some kind of connection. It might not be with someone who actually works there. It could be someone they know who works there, or they have a relative or friend. But 80% of the time, these people, they get interviews and they get jobs. And so that question also comes back. And I thought to myself, well, why would that be so? And if someone approached me and said, I'm working for this company right now, I work for Greg Collins Consulting or whatever, and guess what? There's this individual who's interested in working here. And I say, well, yeah, really? And I'm curious, tell me about him. And so that individual who has some kind of relationship to the employer starts to talk to him. So as an interviewer, I will look at that whole resume at some point and the skills and experience. But what I want to know is, what do you think about this person as a person, not just as a professional? Do they get along well? Do they work well with people? If you don't work with them, how do you know them? Have you participated, like I said, in sports events with your kids or whatever it's been? So that always told me, I was like, hey, if we know someone knows someone, that makes a difference. We can, because right now, otherwise we're just going by the resume and the rest of the application package, the cover letter and everything else. So it gets down to the nitty gritty of person to person. And so the other thing also that struck me as a second bullet point that you see here, and that is the hidden job market. And oddly enough, it's still a very high percentage. It's 70 to 80% at the tops of jobs are not advertised. You won't find them on a job board. You won't. It's a myriad of places to look for jobs, and there are, from Indeed, back in the day, to Monster, or anyone else. There's a ton of stuff, but guess what? That's only hitting like 20% of the market, right? So that 80% of the market, those jobs aren't getting advertised. So these are jobs, and I always think about those kind of jobs. The employer is like, we have to have the right match. A, we want to get someone hired. B, we don't want to take forever to get someone hired, right? So we're going to internally work this and get the word out through our staff, right? That goes back to number one, knowing someone who works there or someone else who knows someone who works there, right? And again, these jobs are not posted. You have to know someone who knows someone. So unless I have networking skills, how would I find that out? I wouldn't. So to summarize, it really is that last bullet. It says, networking will provide me more job opportunities, and maybe you could say 80% more. I don't know. It depends on where you're looking and what kind of jobs, and help us to get the jobs faster. So those were like the three things that kept me in mind. It's like those times I'm shying away from networking, it's like, just remember how essential it is to do it.